Hi guys, welcome to my very first tutorial video. Today I did my current foundation routine and I gave you a little bit of tips and tricks on how to do certain different things. This is my first video, so please bear with me. I tried, but I did use everything in this video is from the drugstore or very affordable products. I don't think anything is over $10 in this video, so that was a pretty good plus. I like to ball on a budget. I don't like to spend a lot of money on certain makeup products. I will invest money into my eyeshadow palettes because they will last a little bit longer, but for the most part I am a drugstore junkie and that's where I get most of my makeup. We'll just go ahead and jump right in. Bear with me, I don't know how this turns out, how well this will turn out, but we will give it our all. Thanks guys for tuning in. If you want to see how I got this look right here, just keep watching. Okay, so you do want to start with the very fresh and clean face and moisturized face. Whether your skin is oily or dry, you want to wash your face about 30 minutes prior to starting your makeup, and you want to moisturize with a pretty heavy moisturizer because that's going to help lock on and hold the foundation on throughout the day. And it doesn't matter if you're oily or you have dry skin or combination skin, it's still gonna do the same thing. So I have already done that about 30 minutes ago. So first I'm gonna start out with my primer. And today I'm using the Milani Prime Shield. It is like a silicone based primer. And I find that this helps minimize my pores and kind of fills them in so they're not quite as big because I do have large pores. So that's what it looks like. And I just work it between my fingers to try to heat it up, and I will press it down into my nose, into my forehead, and on my chin. And pressing it helps push it into those pores to fill them so that your makeup will just sit on top of them instead of sinking in as much if you did not go in with a primer. And I don't usually worry too much about the outer region of my face because I do have combination skin, so I get oily through my T-zone and on my chin and my upper lip. So this is where I focus my primer the most. Once you have primed, I do suffer from rosacea and blemishes. I do have quite a few blemishes today, so I am going to color correct those. And I will do this by using the E.L.F color correcting palette. And what I do is I take the green in the palette and I just work that onto those blemishes to hide the redness. You don't really have to worry about getting it too blended out because you will go over it with your foundation. And this will just help. The green helps to hide the redness in those blemishes. You're not gonna make the blemish completely disappear from your face, although that would be wonderful, but it will help to conceal that redness so that it's not peeking through your foundation later. Oh, I just work it on there. And I usually don't worry about my cheeks where my rosacea is because usually my foundation will hide it pretty good. I'm gonna take that peach shade in the concealer, and this will go underneath the eyes. And what this will do is hide those dark circles that you see. So I just work it underneath those eyes. Sometimes I'll take it over top of the eye just to kind of spread it out and get it even. And I really focus it here in this inner corner because that's where I feel like I have the most darkness. And this is just gonna help to brighten that under eye area so you don't look tired, which I'm tired 24/7, so. So for the fun part, it's foundation time. And some people like to use a brush for their foundation to blend it out. I prefer a beauty sponge, damp. So what I do is I run it under the water and wring it out real well so that it's still damp. I find that this just helps blend my foundation out a lot better than a brush, and it also helps to soak up the excess foundation so that it's not just sitting on my face and looks cakey, but that's just my preference. I know a lot of people that use a brush and they like it. I've just always preferred a sponge. So whatever you use, and today I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Longwear Illuminating Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. You can build it up. I would say that if you have oily skin, you may not like this. It kind of gives you an illuminating glow after you're finished, but you can set it down with powder. I have combination, and sometimes I don't mind a oily, glowy, dewy look. So today this is what I'm gonna use. All I do is pump one pump onto the end of my beauty blender, and then I just start on my cheeks. And you'll see as we go along, it's going to cover up that concealer, that color correcting sealer that we put down. And I always make sure I blend it to my ear and then blend it back down your neck. And a trick for matching your foundation to your skin color, don't like put it on your wrist or your arm or your hand when you're color correcting, or excuse me, when you're looking for your perfect shade. What you want to do is take it down your neck. You want your face to match your neck. You don't want this dark foundation on your face and then it doesn't match your neck. You don't want that harsh line. That's why I always blend it down my neck so that you can't tell the difference between my face and my neck. I just beat that into my skin. Okay, so now that our foundation is done, we will go in with concealer to highlight the face, and I take it to my eyes, down my nose, upper lip, chin, and forehead. And what I'm going to be using today is the Colourpop Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and I am in the shade Light 10. And what you want to do with your concealer to highlight your face, you want it to be about 1 to 2 shades lighter than your current foundation color. This one's actually pretty light, but it works for me. I don't mind it because I go in bronze over it. But so what you want to do, I like to do, is just draw little triangles underneath the eye, go down the bridge of my nose, onto the upper lip, chin, and then the forehead. And we will take our beauty sponge, and I take the opposite end, I take this end, and I just pat that concealer in to my skin, and I will take it over the top of my eyelid. And just blend it out. And now that that's done, I go in with powder, and I like to powder contour rather than cream contour. I think powder looks a little bit sharper. But this is where, before you set that with powder, this is where you would cream contour if you want, because you never want to place a cream over top of a powder. It's gonna make you look cakey, and it's just not cute. So this is where you would cream contour, and then you would set your face with powder. But since I don't cream contour, I'm gonna go ahead and set all that with powder. And the powder I use is the Coty Airspun powder. I use the translucent extra coverage for underneath my eyes. This smells, I think it smells really good. But if you're sensitive to smells, I would say maybe stay clear of this. It's very perfumey. And I'll just take this is my Luxie 522 tapered highlight brush, and I just use it to set underneath my eyes. I set on top of my eyes as well. This is gonna help your concealer not crease as much, and just keep it in place. Down the bridge of my nose. So I set all the places that I put concealer. You can set your whole face if you'd like. I don't, but if you're somebody that gets oily, you could set your whole face. So now that that's done, I'm going to bronze and then I contour. So I find if I contour first and then I bronze, when I bronze, I wipe all that contour away instead of keeping it in a straight line. So I choose to bronze first and then I contour. And what I use to bronze is the NYX matte bronzer, and it's in medium. And this is pretty dark. I just go in with a really light hand, and then I just take it and blend it on the cheeks. To warm up the skin. It gives so much life back to your face instead of just being one solid color. And this is why I always wait to do my eyebrows, because I get wild with my bronzer brush. So maybe keep that in mind. I dust a little bit on the tip of my nose, especially in the summertime. I like to be sun-kissed. And then for contour, the key to contour is to get a brush that's going to give you a solid, tiny line that you can build up, rather than going in with, like, say, like a brush like this. This is not very good to contour with. It's pretty thick at the base. So what I like to go in with is this is by BH Cosmetics, and it's just the number 4. You see how it's tapered at the top, so it's going to draw you a skinny line. BH Cosmetics are very affordable. I know they sell them at Ulta. They sell them at Kohl's, or you can order them online. They're very good quality brushes, very soft. I would highly recommend them. I know the Real Techniques brushes are really good. E.L.F brushes are pretty good, and they're very, very affordable. They're at Walmart. And that's basically, I have some Morphe brushes are good too. They're kind of, they're cheaper than some brushes, but they're still kind of on the higher price side. So if you're just starting out, I would say Real Techniques or the BH Cosmetics, or E.L.F brushes for sure. And most of those you can get at Walmart. So if you're looking for brushes, that's my recommendations. But for the contour, what I'm going to do, they sell this. This is a new brand they sell at Walmart, and it's called Profusion Cosmetics. This contour kit was like $8. And what I do, I use I mix these 2 shades together to get my contour shade. This one's kind of too light, so I add a little bit in this to kind of warm it up a little bit. So I just swirl my brush in both of them, blow that off. And what you want to do, you want to take from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. That's what where your contour line is. So over here is this. Some people like to go up, and it'll make their cheekbone appear kind of higher. I just do the straight line. I don't contour every time I do my makeup, just usually when I'm going out or something. So I'll start at the tip of the ear, and I won't drag it all the way to the corner of my mouth, but that's where you want your line to kind of, if it were to go straight, that's where you would want it to end up. And see, we have a nice line. And you just kind of blend it out so it's not too harsh, but there is our contour line. And that's the only place that I contour on myself. You can contour your forehead, you can contour your nose, you can contour your chin. I'm simple and I just like to contour my cheeks and be done with it. And then what I like to do is take a stipple brush, and what that is, it's a duo fiber haired brush, and it's good for if you apply too much blush, too much bronzer, too much contour, you can just swirl it through there with no product on it. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna blend it out and take some of that excess product off and kind of move it in places that it needs to be moved. So I like to do this because I don't like my contour too harsh. So I just like to go through and stipple that a little bit. And it just kind of lightens it up a little bit. Now, if you want your contour to be a straight harsh line, a key and a trick to do that is take your loose setting powder, your translucent powder, and take your damp beauty sponge. What you do, dip that tip into the beauty sponge into the translucent powder, and what you're gonna do, this is called baking the face. You're just going to draw that line with that powder underneath of where your contour is. So I still have it going from the ear to the mouth, but I'm drawing this underneath it to kind of clean this bottom part of my face up. So while that is baking, I'm gonna go in with my blush. And today the blush I'm using is the Catrice Cosmetics Blush Box, and it is water and sweat proof, and it is in the shade Glistening Pink. This is what it looks like. Super pretty, peachy pink shade. Perfect for summer. It's gonna give you that glow. And I'm using the BH Cosmetics, the number 3 blush. It's a blush brush. I'm gonna just dip it in there, and then I just pat and swirl that blush over top of that bronzer. So that way it all mixes together. I kind of get carried away with the blush. Okay, now let's take it back to my hairline. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dust that bake away, and I'm just gonna use that same brush that we used to apply the setting powder underneath our eyes, and I'm just going to dust it away. And you can see it's made that sharp line there on the contour. So now I'm going to apply highlight. And this is a highlight I've talked about before on my page. It's the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This gives the most stunning glow from within look to your cheeks. I use the E.L.F Fluffy Eye Blender Brush, and I like that it's small and tapered. And I'll just dip it in there, and I'll show you guys how much of a glow this gives. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? And it doesn't emphasize my texture or my pores too much. Just gives the most subtle glow from within. So I like to apply it down the bridge of my nose, focusing it really on the tip there. I like to apply it on my upper lip and on my chin. So now that I've got the base done, I'm gonna go ahead and get to my eyes, and I'll be back for the end of the video. Hey guys, I'm back. So I have completed my eyes and my lips. And on my eyes, I am wearing the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I really love this palette. I did film a video prior to this using this palette. And on my lips, I am wearing a combination of, a combination of the Tarteist by Tarte lip paint, and it is in the shade Home Slice. And then over top of that, I tapped a little bit of the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit in the shade Nude Patootie. And I put a gloss over it. This does complete the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I look forward to doing more in the future if you guys did like it. Let me know down in the comments if you did like it, or what you would like to see next, whether it be a certain eye look with a palette, brow routine, anything you guys would like to see, just let me know down below. And I look forward to doing more of these. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I did okay for you guys. Thanks guys, have a great day.